Wilder Show podcast. I'm Scott. That's Lauren.
Hello.
How are you today, Lauren?
I am just great.
Okay.
How are you?
Good. I'm okay. Instagram. You find us on Instagram if you'll search Wilder Show Pod. And you'll like it and all that. We appreciate it. If you want to send us email, just email to podcast@wildershow.com. And the Wilder Show podcast drops Tuesdays and Fridays, 6 a.m. Central Time or before on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeart, Amazon, YouTube. Also on the TikTok every now and then. Wherever you get your podcasts, please like, rate, follow, subscribe, and share. In fact, right now, that'd be nice. You just click that little thumbs up or whatever it is on your app. Anyway, do all those things. A comment if you want to. That's good too. All those things help. They all add up.
I held a baby this morning. I think that might be why I'm feeling good.
Oh, okay.
I haven't held a baby in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm sure you are a grandfather now,
I am.
so you probably have opportunities from time to time to hold a baby. Mm-hmm. It feels really good.
Good for you.
She was a happy baby.
That helps.
Very happy baby, very sweet, cuddly baby, and I'm reminded that dogs are not the same.
As babies? That's true.
Babies,
although,
cover Charlie's ears for a second. Babies are better.
Yeah. I've never had a dog cry when I held it, though.
Well, that's true.
So.
That's true. The reward is better, I think.
Oh, no question. Yeah. People are better than animals. That's it. Let's say a little thank you to Mark Davis. And had a great time on for him.
Yeah.
On the Mark Davis Show last Friday.
It was, very fun to listen to.
Oh, was it really?
It was.
That's nice of you to say. It was so weird, because the last time we did, we were on the radio. We do this. It's not the same, though. And we were also on the radio in other cities throughout the year doing different things, but never having to be the man, right?
Yeah.
Like the olden times.
Yeah.
To be the host for a 3-hour show. And you kind of go, And I told you, I was the right amount of nervous.
You were a healthy amount of nervous. Yeah.
But even when we had a show every day, I would have that same feeling of dread.
What'd you call it? Dread? It was maybe like a little butterfly feeling, just a little bit of.
But almost like, look, maybe it's like when you used to take tests. You were a good student, you had good grades. Mm-hmm. But no matter how much you studied, when you walked in there, it wasn't until you got the grade back, or at least you finished the test, and you felt like, yeah, I had all that. But you don't feel that way when you're walking in.
That's true.
And I never felt like that when we did the show for 12 and a half years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I've also said that there is no place where I am more comfortable than in a studio.
Yep.
There's no place.
It sounded like that.
So he's got a nice studio. And Rhonda was great. Rhonda Moreland, who's the producer there. Mm-hmm. She's just tremendous. Very organized, as you would have to be to, herd the kittens that are talk show hosts. And she took care of me with all the stuff and all the things, and the great board op doing his work there. It was just, they made me feel very comfortable. But when the bumper music comes, it's you. It's just you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there, to play a commercial if you freeze, but it felt nice. It felt natural. It felt good. It was sort of my natural environs. Mm-hmm. Survived the 3 hours.
It was good.
Anyway, thanks, Mark. It was good. It's fine. Oh, and by the way, welcome. If there are some new people, I'm Scott. That's Lauren. Mm-hmm. And this is the Wilder Show podcast. We already told you all the things. All right, let's dive in. Christmas is coming up.
Day after tomorrow.
Yeah. Dang. Is that true?
That is true. So you mean you started that sentence and you didn't really know, you knew it was coming up, but you didn't know how soon?
Well, I knew it was this week. Uh-huh. But it's like, Okay, well, let's, wow. So we have a podcast to do also on Friday. All right. Well, we're going to do
You're ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
That's what everybody asks.
No.
At this time of
I'm
year.
never ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm ready for, no, I'm not ready for Christmas.
Okay.
First weekend of college football playoffs, the CFP, is behind us now. 2 visiting teams won. That's Alabama and Miami. Sorry, Lauren, for your Sooners.
Yeah.
And I know we're sorry for the Aggies.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 home teams won that should have won. Oregon and also the Lane Kiffinless Ole Miss.
Who did Oregon beat?
Oregon beat, that was the nighttime game. That was James Madison.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
James Madison.
I know. I am close to someone who went to school there.
Was it right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
My son's girlfriend. I told you that, I thought.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
But that means Tech is going to take on Oregon in a couple of weeks. And let me tell you, that is going to be a shootout.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, over-under is going to be 80. I mean, really.
Got
seriously.
a little interest in that, too.
I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana and Alabama, that's going to be a big one. Georgia and Ole Miss, that's big. Ohio State and Miami. Now, all those will be on neutral sites. These games were at home fields. These are all neutral sites because it's bowl games. So Alabama kept that crazy streak alive that was at risk.
I know.
Isn't that weird?
Never having been beaten by the same team twice in one season.
Since 93.
93.
Yeah, since 1890.
1893.
That's right, 1893.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy. Ole Miss was fired up to prove they don't need Lane Kiffin. Let him go to LSU. The Aggies in Miami, crazy defensive game. Watch the whole thing. And I know this won't make sense to everybody, and it'll be interesting to even fewer people, but you cannot convince me that college football writ large, the playoffs, would not be better off for having had the chance to see BYU and or Texas and or Notre Dame, some combination. Nick Saban even says, look, take the top 15 teams, period. He says, and I know this will sting for some fans, especially those for James Madison and Tulane. Nick Saban says, you don't let the minor league teams play in the World Series. Kind of harsh, but I don't think this whole thing is going to be right until Saban is the commissioner of NCAA football, which probably will never happen because why take the pay cut? Now, but he loves the game. He quit because he loved the game, which is sort of weird to say, but he quit because that whole NIL, that name, image, and likeness, which many people believe has destroyed or will destroy college athletics and the whole NIL and the whole transfer portal. Those things combined change college sports entirely. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Saban, perhaps someday. In fact, there's even an athlete. He does the Aflac commercials with Prime Time with Deion Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Deion Sanders says at one time, this is the seat for the commissioner. And it's weird because Saban is in the ad, but they're talking, the duck is the commissioner of insurance or something. But the whole reason that's funny is because a lot of people have talked about Saban as the commissioner for NCAA football. So that's what makes that funny.
Gotcha. One more football note, and I don't want to take away anything from your viewing of the End of an Era special on Hulu, the Taylor Swift thing that's on Disney plus Hulu right now, because I know how into that you are. I don't want to take anything away from this. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
But I did see something from it, like a little, it's just something on social media that I saw that was a little poll from one of the episodes.
A little clip.
And she was talking about how she didn't know anything about football before she started dating Travis Kelce. Okay. Now, I know you think that's impossible. How does a young woman get to the age of 35 or whatever in this country without knowing anything about football? I don't know anything about football. Okay. I've watched football, but I don't know anything about
football. I would have guessed you know more than I think you apparently do. I could be overstating what I think people should know.
Just by like absorbing it via osmosis.
Well,
I mean, if you're somebody who's not interested in football and you don't watch football and you've not dated people who are interested in watching football,
I understand.
Maybe it's on in the. I mean, I had a dad who, ate, slept, and breathed sports. And what I know about sports is still, I mean, I had a kid who played, all of my kids played sports. Yeah. We have soccer and basketball and baseball. There is so little that I actually know about them, but I digress.
Okay.
In talking about how little she knew about football before, the whole point of it was now she knows a lot because she's interested because of who she's dating or engaged to or
whatever they are.
whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But she described football as high-speed, angry chess. And I thought... I thought that was pretty accurate.
That's pretty good.
Pretty accurate.
That's pretty good.
Anyway.
Some of those guys are playing checkers out there, but yeah.
Well, that's probably true too. The better ones maybe are playing chess.
The thing is, and not everybody has to like the same stuff. I'm not saying that. I am saying though, like if you grew up in a household where you, for example, your dad loved sports. Maybe you never watched it. I'm not asking, but if you watched a game and you're cheering for a team. And your team appears to be going down in the right direction to score the touchdown. And something happens, like a flag flies, and so whoops, we didn't get that. They called it back. Mm-hmm. It would seem like that would be something somebody would say, well, why is that? And then when that answer comes in, it would like go into the part that retains and then apply it to the next viewing.
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true. I don't think everybody would necessarily, like if you had an interest, you might ask the question.
Sure.
If you're not interested, you might not even really,
you
might not be interested enough to even ask
don't really care.
The question.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it's bad.
No,
it just means it's not something that you're
your bag.
Interested in.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's why some people are in the kitchen and some people are in the den watching the.
Okay.
No, I didn't mean men. Yeah, I'm sure there's some men in the kitchen.
Well, yeah,
I'm just saying that the kitchen is where they're not watching the game.
Gotcha.
And the den or out on the patio is where we're watching the game.
Yeah.
I've been in places before where, and this will, I'll edit it out if it sounds really bad, or maybe I won't. Too much talking's going on in this room. This is the room we're watching the game, and we talk, but the talk ought to be sort of around the game. So if we're going to talk about...
On a holiday, you would say that?
I'm not sure I've said it like out loud.
You've just kind of thought it angrily?
Usually.
Just tucked it and held it there in your heart? Nothing wrong with that, especially at this season. At this season of the...
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're tucking all of these resentments inside of our heart, right?
Believe me, if you don't keep your mouth shut this week at your holiday gathering, you will regret it. Just keep your mouth shut.
No resentment like a sports resentment.
That's right. It's nice. I'll give you an example. If there were people in a room really wanting to talk about microdermabrasion and redoing kitchen floors, and if I turned the TV up really loud where they couldn't talk about those things that are interesting to them.
Yeah.
That would seem like maybe we should be in different rooms. And now just flip the whole thing over. It's sort of like that.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We come together for the part that
you make
sort of like in life,
Yeah.
Spend all your time together.
Yeah, I guess. I do there are things though that not to major in Taylor Swift, but she mentioned something in a different conversation about when she said knowing nothing about football, that I think on their first date, she said it must be really difficult for you to face off against your brother. Yes.
Yeah. And see your
when
brother.
You're playing each other. And he had to explain to her that would never happen because they both play on offense. She didn't know that. That seems totally reasonable to me for somebody who says they don't know anything about football to have made that mistake.
Yeah. I think what I would have thought she meant was that must be crazy to look across the field and know that your enemy is your brother. So across the field, not across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but that's not what she said, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think she
said
alluded
she had
to
no
face
idea
to
that
face.
there were two separate
She thought 40 people on each team were on the field at the same time.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, that it would be likely for them to be on the team on the field at the same time, playing against each other literally.
Yep. We were just talking about the Waymo.
Yeah.
The self-driving taxis.
The baby born in the Waymo.
That's right. And how weird they are, and they are weird. Did you see what happened in San Francisco?
Well, I knew what happened in San Francisco.
A third of the area lost electricity. And when you lose electricity, you lose power to traffic lights.
Yeah.
And what do the self-driving taxis, the Waymos, need? They read the traffic lights. So if there are no traffic lights...
So what do they do?
Well, that's a good question. The answer is, or was for many, you sit in a car at the intersection, a car that won't move.
Can you get out? Can you and you can't abandon it, I guess.
I don't think you can abandon it. Anyway, Elon Musk posted a little snarky thing, said, hey.
No.
He said Tesla robotaxis were unaffected by the San Francisco power outage.
I didn't even know there were Tesla robotaxis.
I guess they're trying them. I don't know.
Okay.
Then he reposted video showing the Waymos stopped at an intersection and traffic, a line of cars honking and screaming and attempting to go around them.
Oh, that's miserable.
Yeah, it is. Musk also reposted a video purportedly showing a Tesla self-driving car navigating the intersection and non-functioning traffic lights. No problem. A Waymo spokesperson told Fox News Digital in an emailed statement on Sunday afternoon that it was resuming ride-hailing service in the area after choosing to temporarily pause service on Saturday evening. Yeah, they chose to temporarily pause it because it wasn't working.
Yeah. How long was the power out?
It's like a half day, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. Went into the night because the big shot, so the money shot was the landscape and big chunks of it from the air are dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the deal there. Hey, the national anthem just got more fun.
How?
You're saying what probably most people say, how could the national anthem get even more fun?
It's already so fun.
It's so fun. Well, in some places it is fun, you know?
Yeah.
Say does that Star Spangled Banner, you know? You shout star. The stars. When the Star Spangled Banner is sung, they shout out stars.
Of course.
Or when whose broad stripes and bright stars.
That makes
through
sense.
the perilous fight, blah, blah, blah. And the Rockets for Houston.
For the Rockets.
Red glare.
Sure.
Free and the home of the Braves.
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
There's a new reason here in town. A new reason the national anthem is more fun.
Dawn's early light. Tell me.
You want me to get you? I'll get you there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight or the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets, red glare, and the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our
Flags. Cooper Flagg. Oh, yeah.
Flagg was still there. So he just turned 19 this week. Turned 19. Yeah, turned 19 on Sunday. He is officially and factually the greatest 18-year-old to ever play NBA basketball.
That's wild.
Greater than Kobe. Greater than any of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know, you may not have this in front of you, how many 18-year-olds have played in the NBA?
There you go. Andrew Bynum. I don't know. He was the youngest. He was 18 years and 6 days. He was the youngest ever. Jermaine O'Neal, 18 years old. Kobe Bryant. Tracy McGrady, LeBron James, Cooper Flagg, Bill Willoughby, Darko, is it Milicic?
I don't know.
Milicic. Anyway, Cooper Flagg, he was 18 years, 186 days. And he was, of course, the number one pick in 2025.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I generally don't like that sort of shouting out stuff during the national anthem. It's kind of cheesy. You know, it's like, really? Remember what this is written about?
But it's okay if it's our guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, do it for the stars, too. I mean, I've been there when they do it for the stars.
Yeah.
And people go crazy. They love doing that. It's sort of gimmicky, you know. I don't know.
It's just
it's fun, I guess.
It's like when you talk about the common experience. It's one of the few common experiences we have left. And on a much smaller scale, it's not like the whole world. Well, sometimes, if people are watching on television, that's kind of part of it too.
Sure.
But I know what you mean, but I understand why people get caught up in that too.
Just a couple more sort of quick shots before we get to scattershoot, newsy-ish. Man, the whole AmFest, the America Fest, the thing with Turning Point USA, man, there is a whole thing going on out there. I had a person close to me who was there for all of that, so I can't wait to get sort of the lowdown on it all. But I watched some of it, not much. Yeah. I watched the clips. I guess you could have streamed it live. We're talking about the Charlie Kirk thing. And it's the first one of these without him. And so there's a bit of a power scramble, I think. Yeah. I mean, this is only my really from afar observation. But anytime you have something that is so specific to one individual, which I think this is, especially if there was someone who didn't care about popularity or didn't appear to care about popularity or being worshipped personally. He really was most interested in the ideas. It was the things. That was the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the truth.
It'd be like Thomas Edison, you didn't comb his hair often. Yeah, that's good. I don't want Thomas Edison to, anytime combing your hair is the time you're not making electricity, making light bulbs. But then when that person is gone, you got a bunch of other people that did comb their hair a lot.
Yeah.
And they're not him. And people are kind of scrambling to figure out, what do you do now? You have all this stuff, all these people that are all ginned up, and we want to point them in a direction, but the person who they trusted to tell them which direction is not here anymore.
There's like no one at the center anymore.
It's so, it's just to a much lesser degree, but similarly, if you had... when Barack Obama was running, people wanted to vote for Barack. I mean, people that wanted to vote for him wanted to vote for him.
Yeah.
But he would go out and try and get people to vote for other people, not him. Didn't do it. They wasn't the same. People, Donald Trump, people who are just nuts about, all things Trump. I mean, in a good way, nuts. And they, though, don't sort of turn out when Donald Trump endorses some. It's not the same. Yeah. And it's not the same with the Charlie Kirk thing either. So I don't know where that's going to go, but I think there's going to be some fallout from this this AmFest, America Fest. They call it AmFest. That was going on in Phoenix.
We fly on American Airlines.
We do
quite a bit. News from American Airlines last week that a lot of people, I think, understandably so.
I think I know.
Are quite disappointed in it's they're eliminating the awarding of miles on basic economy fare. So when you buy a ticket, you have several, a basic economy, main cabin, then there's maybe one more class in first class. And basic economy, there are all kinds of restrictions about whether or not you can cancel or change the flight. You don't necessarily get to pick your own seat on basic economy. You have to pay to check a bag if you are on basic economy.
Correct.
And now if you're on basic economy, let's see, it's starting. It was effective immediately. This was announced last week on December 17th, and it is effective immediately on basic economy. You don't even get to keep your miles. You're still flying those miles, but they will not accrue to your frequent flyer miles. Yeah,
there are really two things. It's the miles and the points.
Yeah, I guess I don't pay that much attention to the points, so that didn't stand out to me.
Yeah, so miles and points. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't do that. I mean, I've flown American forever.
Yeah.
And that's where all my miles are. And plus, I'll be in Dallas-Fort Worth.
It's easy to get places.
It is, because you can. They have a trillion different planes flying out every day. You're in A or C, sometimes B, sometimes D, sometimes E.
Most of the time, nonstop.
Yeah, most of the time. You can find out where you want to go for the most part and get there. And so, but I don't book that basic economy often for some of those reasons. The other one, you do main, I think it changes because of my status. It changes the number of miles that accrue to my benefits. So it really sort of makes more sense. When you add all the things in that you might have to do, for me, not for everybody, but add all the things in. If you go basic economy, then you add the things in that are not included. It's like, okay, I'm just going to stay where I am.
Yeah.
So, but on its surface, it appears to be a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people who just want the absolute cheapest price of a ticket.
Yeah.
But the cost of flying is more than just the price of the ticket.
Yeah.
Right? You got more. Well, maybe you don't. If you don't check any bags, if you have nothing like that, you don't care. You don't care where you sit in the plane. You're not going to cancel. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to have some flexibility, if you have to cancel or reroute or whatever, not being in basic economy is probably the better thing.
Is
and it's
helpful,
it's not always that much more expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe $40 more per ticket.
I think a lot of it too has to do with if they had started the AAdvantage miles and the points
mm-hmm.
on for AAdvantage status. If they'd started it that way, that would be one thing. But anytime you take something away, you get a terrible reputation as a greedy so-and-so.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, it is time for Scatter Shoot.
Let's go.
Wilder Show Scatter Shoot. All right.
You know the old joke about the guy who has a heart attack and the doctor, gives him his $100,000 bill and says, now watch your stress. You can't go back to work for 6 weeks and watch your stress.
Mm-hmm.
Money troubles and financial stress appear linked to an older heart.
Mm-hmm.
This is based on an AI analysis of standard electrocardiograms. They looked at 300,000 adult patients that were seen at the Mayo Clinic, at certain Mayo Clinic sites between 2018 and 2023. And they found that people reporting financial struggles faced 60% higher death risk over 2 years. It's a stronger association than even having had a previous heart attack, which showed only a 10% increased risk in the same study.
Crazy.
So now when they talk about money struggles, financial stress, financial struggles, food insecurity ranked second among the social determinants that were linked to faster heart aging. So serious financial struggles, which I guess, financial struggles means different things to different people.
But serious is usually, if it's mine, it's serious.
If it's mine, it's serious,
no
right?
else.
If I'm in charge of figuring it out, it's serious. But so, food insecurity was one of those things. And then also housing instability. If you were facing housing instability and that was the source of your financial stress, mortality risk increased by 18%. These findings suggest that one of the things that doctors should ask when they're screening for cardiac issues are about financial strain and food insecurity along the traditional things, like along with the traditional risk factors like cholesterol and blood pressure and to identify hidden risks of cardiovascular strain.
I said before, I don't get physically sick very often.
Yeah.
But there are times when there are things going on emotionally that will impact the way I feel. Think about when you're a kid and you, let's think about last Friday. Last Friday I was filling for Mark Davis. Now, this did not happen, but it's the kind of thing that could have happened. If you were particularly nervous or stressed and you didn't have a physical ailment, but it resulted in an upset stomach. Or some other, or a big headache or things like that. So it's like the things that come on you. If you have the flu, that's not your emotions. The norovirus, I think, is going around. Well, you didn't worry too much, and so then you got the norovirus, and that's a thing that you got.
Can't worry though. Can't worry.
Bring
lower
your
immunity?
immune system. I think so. But the initiation. I'm trying to say, you could have an upset stomach and throw up because you're about to take a test, and it has nothing to do with anything really physiological.
It's not a bug you caught.
No,
maybe.
it's not.
Yeah.
But yes, also if you're stressed, I suppose you could have suppressed maybe immunity. if you're a person like this, it's a terrible joke because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
The joke that you mentioned a minute ago. You can't work for 6 months. Keep your stress low, and here's your $100,000 bill.
Yeah, which is
for
probably,
our services.
Yeah, it's probably way higher.
Yeah,
than that.
much more than that. It's like what? I'm sorry. You said all that out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's sort of like when I go to the doctor, my blood pressure is almost always high.
The same for me.
But it's always high because I'm going to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I think, well, it's white coat syndrome.
Yeah.
I did have one doctor look at me once, though, kind of like I was sort of like, well, I'm not wearing a white coat. What are you worried about? I'm a pretty easygoing. And it's not them.
It's on the inside.
It's all inside. Yeah. One other thing about that financial stress risk for cardiovascular issues, it affects men and women the same. It was not reported to be greater for men or for women. Same pattern with financial strain and food insecurity topping the list of those stressors that can cause cardiovascular issues.
Congratulations, you wanted to be equal.
In considerably lighter news, this was something that happened, I think, late last week, too. The announcement was made that the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and YouTube signed a multi-year deal that will give YouTube the exclusive global rights to the Oscars. Beginning in 2029, which will be the 101st Oscars ceremony. They will have it through 2033. The red carpet coverage, behind the scenes content, all kinds of things, more than we've ever been able to see before. Now we will be able to see on YouTube.
And they will then package that and repurpose all those things and have specials, and they'll do all kinds of things.
Turns out they know what they're doing over there at YouTube.
And it's been on ABC for seems like ever.
For as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Interesting. So they'll have to hire all the people, all the red carpet people. They'll have to hire the hosts and all that.
So I wonder, I wonder how they'll do that. Will it be YouTube?
Yeah. I think it's a YouTube production, and they'll just turn it over to a production company. I mean, they'll hire the production company and say, we want Jimmy Kimmel to be host, or whoever they want to be host. We want, go back to, but I have a feeling it will be nothing like the past.
How so?
Well, I just don't think it's going to be just what we've been seeing. Of course, we're 3 years away from it or whatever. But when it comes about, I believe it will be so different. I don't think it will simply be the same kind of performance, but on a different way of receiving it. I think they're going to see it as a way to do it completely different.
To change it up a little bit?
I do.
Maybe so.
And I think they're going to, because I read an article about this, and they're looking to really maximize the international audience.
Oh, I saw that too.
So they're going to take this thing and run it with AI. They'll be running it at the same time in like a trillion languages. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
One of the good things about the AI. And so that I think it's going to be interesting. I'll watch it because it's on. I mean, that's it. And we'll probably be able to see it. It does sort of destroy what we talked about before, that common experience. I mean, it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on YouTube forever, and you can watch it whenever you want to watch it. And I do still like that thing where we all do the same thing at the same time. And TV gives us that, and this could give us that, but
you can still have it if you watch it live.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I don't know that it's necessarily going to be taking that away any more than we already kind of have lost it with the ability to tape it and watch it later and, zip through the commercials. And
one of the things with this is sort of like sports. I always feel like, look, if you're not watching the sporting event live, don't put that on me. I don't have an obligation not to tell you
to keep from spoiling it.
What a horrible Cowboys game that was.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm going to watch it next week. It's like no, that's on you. That's not on me.
Yeah.
So this is sort of in that same category. The who won the award. That's it. Remember during the George W. Bush administration, there was an instruction among all the people that worked there at the White House, and it was. Didn't 24, the show 24 come on Sunday? Or Sunday or Monday?
Monday. I think it was Monday.
There was a moratorium on talking about anything from the recent episode of 24.
Until a certain time,
until
right?
like Thursday.
Yeah.
So everybody had until Thursday of the week before they could talk about 24. I thought it was funny because I loved that show.
Oh, I
It was
remember.
groundbreaking in 100 ways. And it was just fun that these people in the White House had this rule about you can't talk about 24 until 72 hours after it airs.
Part of this is just my inability to manage my own phone and pause notifications when I should do that. But during times when I've been watching an awards show, probably mostly the Academy Awards, and I've gotten behind a little bit and not started it on time, so I'm maybe an hour and a half behind, and I'm trying to catch up during the commercials. I've had it spoiled by a notification on my phone telling me who the winner is for some
category you're waiting on.
Yeah, in some category that I haven't even seen yet. So it's hard to keep the wraps on that.
And I know that I've texted you, I think, in the middle of some of those things that I know you watch. And I've always tried to be a little cryptic about it. Or like, wow, that's really something, or something like that. I was behind on a football game the other day. And I'm in a group, a bunch of guys who might be, critiquing the games in our little group text. And I had to just silence it, put it down. I can't pick it up.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to know.
You don't want to know stuff before you saw it.
Until I can catch up through the ads and whatnot. I was, 30 minutes behind or whatever.
Yeah.
And I want to pop through the ads. Once I got it, okay, now I can participate in the...
Now I can join you in the snark.
That's right, in the wiseassery.
Yes. While we're talking about television, we've heard stuff like this for years, ever since the age of streaming began. I'm sure there is a year I could, or not even just streaming, but cable, when we all of a sudden had so many different choices. And then now also over the last week or so, since Rob Reiner has passed, we've heard so much about All in the Family and how many people, we had 40 million people watching All in the Family at one time on a Saturday night. And that was groundbreaking. And it was so good. So many people, and All in the Family was great. But was it were we all watching it because there was nothing else there were only two other channels
limited.
And not a whole lot of other stuff to do? Yeah. I do kind of wonder, how would some of those shows that we think of now as being, and maybe it still would have been groundbreaking even if not as many people watched it. But if you threw something out there like that now, and there's like 17 different places to stream, and you don't only have access to new things, you have access to all of the things that are 5 or 10 years old that maybe you didn't see, and now you're just starting to watch Mad Men, or you really liked Mad Men, and so you're watching Mad Men again after this many. I mean, our attention divided and divided and divided and subdivided. It just kind of makes sense that many people were. It wasn't because it was so great. It was just because we didn't have anything else to do.
Well, it was great and groundbreaking are two different things. It was groundbreaking because they talked about some social issues.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't talk about today. No producer is going to talk about the things that they talked about back then. I mean, here we are 50 years later, and we're talking about things that Norman Lear put on TV at that time. So groundbreaking for sure. Now, was it great? I don't know. It was greatly watched.
Yeah.
I mean, Saturday night was sort of for CBS, it was an early iteration of must-see TV Thursday night, 2.5, 3 decades later.
Sure.
Because Saturday night was 7 o'clock Central Time, All in the Family. 7:30, the spinoff, The Jeffersons. 8 o'clock was the Mary Tyler Moore Show. 8:30 was the Bob Newhart Show.
Yeah, I could sing all the themes.
And 9 o'clock was the Carol Burnett Show.
That's right.
So that could take you from 7 all the way to 10. And that was exactly the time where we had TV dinners. You had the TV trays. So on a Saturday night, you might actually get to eat in the den.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have TVs in the kitchen.
Right.
You had one TV in the house.
Yeah.
It was in the den. So you drag the little TV trays and make sure you lock that thing in. If you don't, it's going to flop over. Real spindly. Put your little thing, peel the the foil off, blow on a little bit. Be careful because the apples are
so hot.
They're very hot. And so anyway,
we were
those
eating
were
the same.
I know, it's funny,
TV
isn't
dinners.
it?
Yeah.
So those were really interesting days. But I agree with you. I understand what you're saying. It was limited. You limited stuff. I mean, you watched, Channel 5, Channel 4 in Dallas Fort Worth, Channel 5, Channel 4, Channel 8.
Mm-hmm.
Channel 11 was independent. It was KTVT at the time. You got the also-rans and no judgment. You had 39 and different ones. At
PBS,
13, PBS. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of most people were watching 4, 5, or 8 in those days. And then, of course, Fox came along and Fox took 4 and 4. CBS went to 11, so now you got all that. Those were interesting days. I think part of their popularity or whatever, or the way we think of it, the nostalgia, is because of several things that have nothing to do with anything more than we serve 3 pizzas, sausage, cheese, pepperoni. What do you want?
Uh-huh.
Well, they're all in Hawaiian. Sorry, we don't have
Not
that.
here.
Not in this decade.
Now we spend so much time in front of screens that it's messing us up in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things it's affecting, all that time spent in front of screens, is our sleep. We talk about that a lot. Have you ever heard of orthosomnia?
That is, you can't sleep because of a toothache.
No. That's a good guess. We've talked about this before. We both have sleep trackers on our watch.
Yep.
Do you sleep with your watch on? Do you
I do,
check
sometimes,
your
I do.
sleep?
I do.
I have to tell you, okay, so orthosomnia is a behavioral pattern that happens when somebody becomes preoccupied with achieving perfect sleep data.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of the first things I check, I'm ashamed to say probably the first thing I check on the nights when I wear my watch to sleep, which is almost every night, for this purpose is to check my sleep. How did I sleep? How long did I sleep? How often did I wake up? How long was I awake during those periods of time? How much deep sleep did I get? This term was coined in 2017 by a PhD, Kelly Barron. She's a clinical psychologist and head of the University of Utah's behavioral sleep medicine program. She noticed that several of her patients were becoming extremely anxious about their sleep numbers. The wearable data, she said, just wasn't helpful in some cases, and we felt like it was encouraging worse sleep behaviors. So now all the things that I'm stressed about when I go to sleep, I'm also stressed about how well I'm going to sleep, how well or how poorly I'm going to sleep. But I don't really, so when I read this, obviously I thought of the way I view it. And I don't think that I have this orthosomnia. I think that when I do well in sleep, when I hit my sleep goal, my phone will give me a little notification that says, well done, Lauren Lintner, you hit your sleep goal. And it's an achievement thing. It's like my firstborn daughter, maybe firstborn sons have it too. But my firstborn thing of wanting to achieve, it was good report cards, and then it was good reviews at work, in the professional world. And now it's even just having my phone tell me, you did good. You hit your sleep goal.
Well, let me just say, Lauren, I think you do a fantastic job here.
No, thank you so much.
On the podcast. I hope that, I know it can't really compete with a watch.
I'm sitting up a little bit straighter. Well, it's like the watch doesn't even really know me. It's totally objective.
When we've talked about this before, we talked about my only goal, and it is how much I breathe in my sleep. And so, but I don't look at that. I don't look at that all the time. I don't do Wordle every day. I mean, those things that you do all the time, it's like there's a part of me, and it's sort of an OCD-ish bent that if I really do it every day, then I have to do it every day. And if I don't do it every day and do it every now and then I'm sort of the shackles are off. I mean, I'm not chained to this thing that means nothing. I would be really curious, and you won't do this, I don't think, and not that you should follow my instruction, but it would be really interesting if you just went to sleep, and for a whole week, if you didn't even check your stuff, but every day you wrote down what you thought of the way it went.
Yeah.
because then it would be really interesting to see. You have to do it the next morning. So turn off the notification that says you thumbs up, Lauren. You slept good. It's good. Restorative sleep. Turn that off. And then just write your own thoughts about it.
And then at the end of the week, compare it.
Yeah, compare
Yeah, that's
it.
a good idea.
Wouldn't that be fun? Because you may find that you're dead on. You're exactly right. You knew when it didn't go well. You knew when it did go well. But I think it'd be helpful if it turns out that when the watch said, tisk, 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 and you said, no, it was a good night's sleep. I felt great. And the next day it was great. So you have to carry it through that next day.
Yeah.
It's not just when you wake up. I know you're going to trust the machine more than you trust yourself. But I'd say no. I'd say that's part of what the woman's saying. What she's saying is we've become slaves to these things. And then I wasn't stressed before. I didn't know how much sleep I was getting, but I slept kind of most times till I had to wake up. And then I'd go to bed when I was tired. Sometimes it was 6 hours. Sometimes it was 8 hours. Sometimes it was 5.5 hours. Everything got done, but then I became a slave to it must be 7 hours and 45 minutes every single night.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so stressed. Look at all the bad things. It's like
all the things I'm opening myself up to if I'm not sleeping well.
And the thing is, it's like if you didn't think about that, you wouldn't go into the next day with the screen in front of your face that says, this is going to be a tough day because, I only had 5 hours and 53 minutes sleep.
Yeah.
And I only had my restorative wasn't as long as it normally is. I think sometimes those things are interesting. They're helpful, but they should not determine. I don't think. No, I don't think so.
I gotcha.
That is the Wilder Show podcast. Everybody still awake? Okay, good. Instagram, you'll find us there. Search Wilder Show Pod. If you want to send us an email, thanks for doing that. At podcast@wildershow.com. The Wilder Show podcast drops Tuesdays and Fridays, 6 a.m. Central Time or before on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeart, Amazon, YouTube, also on the TikTok now and again. And wherever you get your podcasts, you'll find the Wilder Show podcast. So like, rate, follow, subscribe, and share.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's right.
The next time we gather, Christmas 2025 will be history.
That is so sick. So hard to believe. So we will see you after Christmas.
do do do